I try to make bowls that were used historically in the past for different things in our culture. I only create bowls that have a purpose. Aloha, my name is Jamison Rosehill from Pane'ewa, Hawaii. I am umeke or umeke maker. When you say umeke la'au, it's a bowl shape made out of wood. The traditional bowl shapes that we have now are based off of the ipu or the gourd. Kahiko time, we were a gourd society. The thing about using gourds though is that they didn't last that long, they would crack. And over time the wood carvers started carving bowls, but the bowl shape started mimicking the ipu. That's why you see the Hawaiian bowl shapes now have round bottoms, and that's where the true umeke shapes come from, is from the ipu. So historically, umeke were made from only a handful of different woods. Ko being one of them, this tree right here. This was the #1 umeke la'au, is ko. Another tree is milo, probably the second most popular umeke wood. Third being kamani. And then they use other woods like hau and wili wili for very specific bowls with very specific uses. Those bowls were used in a lot of the fishing villages pre-contact to make bowls that would hold fishing implements. It's called ipulei. Okay, these two umeke, this one is made out of ko, this is made out of milo, were inspired by Kalakaua secret society. It was a society where you had to prove genealogy, and once you were included into the club, each member was given a special umeke that included specific things in it. And the things that were included in this umeke highlighted Kanaka arts and science. Inside it would be a roll of olona cordage, a makau, a fishhook, a ulu maika. When I did research and you look at the shape of this umeke right here, I came to the conclusion that this umeke was actually inspired, this cover is a ipu, it's a gourd cover. Yeah, these are the Halinawa, Kalakaua's Halinawa umeke set. Kahiko times, they believed that if you put something that wasn't food into your bowl, you could never use it for food afterwards. If it was like used for medicine, it would only be used for medicine. It wouldn't be used for food. I've made for people that use it to hold lau lapa'au or Hawaiian medicine, to mix lau lapa'au. I've made for people to use in Hawaiian blessings called pikai. There's 100 different uses for umeke. If you're going to kuikalo or paunpoi, you have an umeke to hold the vai or the water. Pounding kapa out of vauke. In all of the different cultural practices, umeke played a role in it. This set of umeke I made is my interpretation of an ali'i meal set, pre-contact. What I made here is 3 umeke puaniki out of noni. One would contain pa'akai, or Hawaiian salt. One would contain inamona, which is kukui relish. And the last is for limu. The next umeke, umeke paleva, made from coal. This would hold the vegetable. Their diet pre-contact was carbohydrate, starch, and vegetable, with a little bit of seafood and fish. So this would hold whatever vegetable and different starches like uala, kalopa'a, kukalo, ulu. I made my umeke poi. I made it so that it can be held in the hand and eaten from. And last is a huevai, or drinking gourd. They weren't drinking out of bowls or whatever. They were drinking out of ipu. So I felt it was important to highlight that the huevai, or the drinking gourd, was a part of the meal set for an ali'i. And the woods that I use would have been correct as well. I used coal for the plate. I used coal for the paleva, for the little bit larger bowl. The noni, I just thought it was special. You never really see noni bowls. I thought, maybe there might be an ali'i that would like to have his condiment bowls made from noni. So in all of Polynesia, umeke la'au, the Hawaiian bowl, is regarded as some of the finest in the world. Okay, this little umeke is called a umeke mana'ai. Historically, the ali'i and their children each would have their own personal mana'ai. The umeke was always made from coal, and it was made to be held in the hand and fed to the baby directly. This umeke mana'ai I made specifically for my granddaughter. She's eaten poi from this. Okay, these three umeke are called ipulei. Historically, they were used in fishing villages, and they held the lavaia, the fishermen's most precious things. They held the aho, the lines. They held the makau, the fish hooks, the lures like luhe'e to catch octopus or squid. These are easy to tell apart because they have the ipu tops as the covers. This one actually, I put in a repair of a constellation so that if a fisherman was lost on a va'a, he could find his way back home. Specifically a Puna fishing village called Kahuvai, using this constellation. So they explained to me what constellation and stars to use, and I inlaid that into the top of the cover of this ipulei umeke. I enjoy researching these umeke so that people can become familiar with them again. This is my example of a umeke aina or ipu aina. The umeke itself is kamani. The niho or teeth was all hand carved by myself. These bowls were used to tell the stories of the battles of the past. The molars of the losing ali'i pulled and inlaid into these bowls. They were the last disgrace. They were used as a spittoon. In Kamehameha's collection of umeke aina, there's at least one more that had at least 300 molars inlaid into it. You know, it's funny because you say it's the last disgrace because it was used as a spittoon. Yet on another note, that the same bowl was held in such high esteem, you know, like it traveled with the attendants, it traveled with the ali'i, it went to negotiations, it held a high place in the political society of ali'i. They're definitely a part of our culture that sometimes gets overlooked, but very important, the roles that they played. I feel like even though I've done a lot of research on them and spent the time and whatnot, I feel like there's still more to learn about them. There's an olelo noeau, it's called makahanaka ike, and it's learning through doing. And a lot of things that I learned, I mean, I had to learn through making because it's not written. This is a awamo or aumaka mamaka carrying stick. These were used vakahiko to traverse the whole island. If you had to carry anything, you were using these sticks. The netting on both sides of me is called kokopu'upu. Two different kumuhula here in Hilo. One wove each different one. They were used to carry the umeke and ipu for ali'i. The fancier the kokopu'upu is, the higher the ali'i in rank. And each one is made from one single strand of, normally it's olona fiber. The kokopu'upu is tied from one single strand of olona fiber. It's never ending. Awamo as a term, it means carry a burden, kuleana, responsibility. There's pictures of poi vendors with these sticks, long sticks carrying 20, 30 gallons of poi, each side of the stick, walking miles with their poi. These were very important to our culture, pre-contact, and they were critical for anybody traveling. I'm attracted to the blue collar, the utilitarian, and even for somebody that had to walk, say 5 miles a day, you know, to get water or something. This is how they were doing it. They wouldn't be able to do it without. That's the Hawaiian art that attracts me. Achievement-wise, I feel like I'm still striving. I'm still trying to do better, still trying to be better, you know, and learn more and share that ike. I don't want it to stop with me. I put in the time because I wanted to understand what I was doing. You know, now I can share that knowledge, you know, that I've gained. My accumulation of ike is going to be never ending.